Hello and welcome back to a video of me building the D-Modelkits Ford Sierra Sapphire Cosworth in q8 colours. This is another kit that I'm building after the Manta from a new to me company, D-Modelkits, a company based in Portugal, and it's a lovely detailed model. First we started by getting the main body mounted onto a Tamiya stand. Then we scrubbed the body back with a Tamiya sander to roughen up the bodywork. Then there's some photo etch parts that have to be fitted on to represent the roof fence. These were cut out using Tamiya PE shears. They're like little scissors. There's a slight curve in them, so I had to dig out my rollers onto a piece of sand and put a very slight curve into them. Those were glued onto the body using Deluxe Materials glue and glaze. It's just like a white glue, which gives you a bit of time to get things into place and move them around a bit. Then we took some Mr. Finishing Surface Primer 150 in grey, mixed 50-50 with Mr. Hobby Leveling Thinner, the go-to of many model makers, and it was all sprayed through the Tamiya Sparmax 0.5 airbrush, and then I put a mask on to look like some half-penny Darth Vader lookalike. Yeah, I do take the mick out myself a bit. Then it was down to business. As you can tell, I'm doing this with no script. Layering on the primer. This has to be done over 2 or 3 coats. I managed to do it with 2 coats. The Mr. Surfacing Primer is very good. It's about my go-to, to be honest. I do like it. Because the main body colours are blue and yellow, I decided to use the grey. They do 4 different colours: grey, white, black and a pink. The pink tends to work better for yellows and reds, but because it's multicoloured I decided to go with grey, and well, the results will tell for themselves. Also, I didn't put any other products on to give a key for the photo etch parts on the roof. This is following advice from Paul Bretland. It's International Scale Modeller on YouTube, and so far it seems to work, but it's early days of the model. As I've said with my unboxing video, I am going to take my time with this kit. I want to do a better job than the Manta, and I was very happy with the Manta, so I think with a little bit more time and patience this should come out even better. Anyway, as the video goes on, you'll see that I've got one light coat down onto the body. I have then picked out all the other parts that will be needing painting in body coloured parts, so things like the side sills, rear spoiler, front and back bumpers, and they're all mounted onto, of all things, a catch scratch pad. Try saying that 3 times quickly. Oh, and the spotlights, they're on there as well. They're either mounted onto Mr. Hobby holders or lightly glued in using cheap PVA glue from Hobbycraft onto cocktail sticks. You see, you don't have to spend stupid money getting all these parts. There's workarounds that do work well. They all get one light coat for just like the body, then put aside to cure, let the paint go off. This is all obviously preempting the painting into body colours, and unfortunately right at the moment I'm working between visiting the hospital. My mother was taken ill. She's had to have a major operation, but she's in recovery now, and hopefully she should start getting better from here. But this kit has got many parts in it. I mean, for the body alone, we got the back bumper, front bumper, side skirts, all the spotlight parts, wheels. Then you go into the interior, you got roll cage, seats. Again, a lot of photo etch parts, which normally with other companies is an aftermarket purchase. Normally you have to spend 20 or 30 quid to buy the photo etch parts. I hand it to D-Modelkits and to Belkits. They come included in the model, which is a great addition, because really you're getting them at a subsidised price. And of course there's also a bit of red ribbon in there to represent the seat belts and all the clamps, so you can really go to town. This is really, we're going into another golden age for model making. The days of just being stuck with average models like we used to get years ago from Airfix and Hella, they seem to be going behind us. Tamiya was the gold standard of models, but it seems to be going a level above now, and these companies and new Platts, they are bringing out a lot of very good looking models. I've got some to build very soon. As soon as I've got this done, I'll have to try one of their models. I don't know if it'll be a rally car or a race car, because I've got some of the new British touring car models to build, and they're popular on YouTube at the moment. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the hobby, and with everything that's been going on with my mother's illness, it's a bit of a getaway. Takes my mind off things. Literally, I did this whilst waiting for a phone call, whilst my mum was being operated on. It was taking my mind off things, and it really was the escape that I needed. It took my mind off. My brain had been doing 800 miles per hour before this. But the Sierra Sapphire Cosworth was a good car when it first came out, but it was a golden era for rallying as well. After the Group B, the Group B cars were deemed too fast to race. In fact, there's a couple of videos you can buy that are called too fast to race and Still Too Fast to Race. They banned Group B, Group A coming. These cars were from the era where all the manufacturers were really spending big money on Group A rallying. You had Ford, Subaru, Nissan. Who else was there? Peugeot wasn't involved. They didn't have a four-wheel drive car. Toyota with the Celica. And from a British point of view, me being English, we had Colin McRae and we had Richard Burns coming up through, and they eventually gave us a World Championships with Subaru, which I've got some Subaru models to build, including Colin McRae's championship winning car. I'm a big fan of history in motorsport. I've always been into my cars and my motorsport, so these things, I'm building them thinking, yeah, I remember seeing this car go through Weston Park on the RAC Rally, or I saw this car on the British Rally Championship. It's as much memories of a golden era of motorsport, because right at this moment, rallying seems to be in the doldrums. The FIA's tried to recreate Group B. It never could, because it was a case of, at the time, that engine power was outperforming the grip of the tyres and the ability of the four-wheel drive, because back then four-wheel drive was very much akin to those of a tractor. I mean, now, well, with the Toyota Celica GT4 ST165, they brought in trick differential, so they could handbrake, turn around corners. Toyota technology caught up to the power of the cars. Unlike Group B, they were just animals, absolute beasts. The 6R4 and the Delta S4. These cars were a bit more technologically advanced, but there's still something about them. It was the old win on Sunday, saw on Monday. Because these cars, you could stand on a special stage of any rally in most countries, have a Sierra Sapphire Cosworth go past you, and if you got the money, you could walk into a Ford dealer's on the Monday and buy a car that looked, other than the livery on the car, identical to what had just gone past you, with a few changes. Obviously they had specialist rally wheels on them, but 9 times out of 10 there was a replica wheel on the market that could give you the same look. I mean, I'm doing this commentary as I'm watching back as the video's formatting, and everything's on a cat scratch pad. I can't say it, I'm getting tongue tied. A cat scratch pad. Now, when I put them to dry, I'm putting them into a airtight box. You can buy them from most shops. I've got mine from the range in a local town called Willenhall, which is between Walsall and Wolverhampton. A very upper class part of the world, I say jokingly. Much like Wolverhampton and Walsall is, with both towns have had the industry that they were raised on ripped away from them in the late 70s and early 80s, and even those industries, when they went to Europe, have now, a lot of it disappeared to China. But that's just local knowledge. It's production is the heart of all economies, and when you lose that from your economy, what chance does your country have? Well, these parts are being undercoated. They've all been sanded very lightly. It's just scuffed up. It gives them a key, just like painting a real car. You key the plastic for the paint to grab hold of. And I don't know if this commentary will keep up with the video. I'm hoping so. Where I'm looking at now, we're just going on to the second coat on the main body, and I actually lay this on quite thick now. It's almost a wet coat. I'm making sure I'm getting between the door pillars, so the inside of the door pillars get a undercoat. I'm also getting into the wheel arches, underneath the doors where the some people refer to them as the running boards. I also make sure they're getting around the front bumper, the headlights, top and bottom, around the grills. This time I'll go a lot slower. I'm using the Sparmax Tamiya 0.5mm needled airbrush. It's all being powered by a Sparmax air compressor. If I remember right, I'll run out of undercoat very soon. It's still going. I actually underestimated how much paint this airbrush pushes through. So I'm also pulling back a bit further on the handle, so more paint is going through. Like I said, I put it down a bit thicker this time, because once this paint has dried off, it will have to be sanded back. Just very, very lightly, give it a nice smooth coat, ready for the top coat of paint. I've got the paints all ready to hand. They are colour coded. I'm trying the number 5 brand of paint. It's number 5 specific, and the two colours are, if I can find the other one, Q8 Sierra Cream Yellow and number 5 Sierra Q8 Dark Blue. Now there's there we are. I've just noticed on in my airbrush on the video as I'm watching it that I've run out of undercoat. So some more Mr. Surfacer Grey will be mixed up. I'm just taking my empty Tamiya pot, sticking some more Mr. Surfacer in it, and then I'll take some levelling thinner. In future I'll have to start mixing about 1.5 to 2 mils of the primer and 2 mils of levelling thinner. That should be enough to cover the larger shells and all the ancillaries that fit onto it. There we are, there's the levelling thinner going in, using a dropper. Always try and mix 50-50 when it's being airbrushed. You can use less thinner and more paint when you're brush painting. I'm sorry that my head keeps getting in the way, but I do work in a confined area. But it's also very important you wear a mask to stop any spray particles getting into your lungs. Right, I'm just there we are, fill up the airbrush and get going again. I'm just leaning off screen, that's why I keep leaning over. There's I've got a vortex shaker. I stuck my paint in that to mix the paint and the thinners together for about a minute on a high speed. Does a brilliant job, and we're off again on the boot onto the roof. As you can see, there's a good amount of paint coming out because I'm putting on a heavier wet coat. And we go on to the next part. Quick show at the putting it in the box. Let the body dry off. I remember at this part I was like, there we are, there's the bits, and I seem to have, if I remember right, I had a part missing. It fell off in the box. There we go. We're starting with the side section, the sill cover. As you can tell, it's again putting on the heavy wet coat. Do I point it at the camera? No, I'm concentrating on getting it done. That's one of the parts for the spotlights that fits on the front bumper, because by now this was where the Ford Motorsports were starting to liaise more and more with Malcolm Wilson, as he was starting to consider getting M Sport started, or as it originally was called, Malcolm Wilson Motorsport. And he was working along the idea you have four pods on the bonnet and 2 low down for looking around corners, so you can place a car better onto the apex of the corner, especially more and more with walled and tight sections like you get on the Monte Carlo Rally. It gives you a sense of where you can place the car, and especially with modern headlights, spotlights, even back in the 90s, they were coming on a hell of a lot more with xenon lighting and LEDs. Right, this is definitely the last coat. You can see I'm putting it onto the body. It's just that you get plenty down, so you got paint to work with. When you start sanding back, you just want to concentrate using a light grade of sandpaper. I'll probably top this with a 6000 or 8000 grit. Just go very lightly until Everything's nice and smooth. I've learnt to mute the cameras, so there we are. I just got my phone because somebody's texted me, worried about me mum, as I was. And come on, Dave, stop playing with your phone. You got the video recorder going here, sunshine. Stop messing about. But yeah, spray booths. I had this spray booth. I ordered it online. It was from a company called Bart Sharp. I believe they're based in Stratford-upon-Avon. It's made in China. It's obviously other companies probably sell it under different names, but because it's a standing company, you know, if you order it from them, they are going to have spares, filters, and I'm going to have to change this filter when I finish this model. LED strip lights and stuff like that. It's for a Chinese made product, not bad. It seems to be lasting so far. I've had some Chinese products in the past and they haven't been the best of products, all been very reliable, but this seems to have worked very well so far. I've been back in the hobby about 2 years and I've used it constantly for every model. If I remember right, I'm taking some photographs here now because I've got some friends who've had the Rallycar Cosworth, and one of them had his car stolen, and it was found 7 months later in a warehouse. Oh yeah, I'm taking a photo. His car was stolen from the Midlands and was found in a warehouse in London 7 months later. And he now runs a garage of his own, and it's there, the car's in his garage, right, ready to be rebuilt, and he stripped it all down. The problem is now he's got that many jobs to do, he's got no time to do his own car, and yet he's a very good mechanic. He rebuilt his own engine to gain more power, and the only thing he had to do was engine management and retuned by Britain. I think it was Britain Brody Racing, or Graham Goods, I think, did his car, and his car was pushing 450 brake horsepower for a bloke who'd done it in his own shed of all places. But there we are. That's the body done. I'm just back on to do. Oh, here we are. It's clean up time. Get the airbrush cleaned out. I tend to clean using acetone and what is it? Cellulose car thinners. As you can see, there's a brand on there, Gel Paints, which is the local car paint factors. I follow the guiding of Bodyshell Rex, also on YouTube. Now I've put some thinners in. I cover the end of the airbrush with my finger, put some air through, this bubbles back up, cleans the back flushes the needle and all the areas. I just need to reach some paper towel. There we are, I've got some to one side. Obviously I've got my mixing pot as well. I've already put some in there. Give it a shake, stick it in, give it a wiggle, get all the paint out, and that's put aside then for more paint mixing. If I'm doing quantities of 2 or 3 mil, so I can put it into that vortex mixer rather than have to use any stirrer sticks or anything like that. It's just, you will, over time, if you're just starting this hobby, you will bit by bit get tools around you to make the job easier. And there we are. Nearly got that clean. Again, in with the towel. Give it a stir around. Get the remnants of the Mr. Surfacing primer out. Give the lid a clean. That's it. Job done on that front. Back to the airbrush. And yeah, again in, get all the dirt, the paint and the thinners out from inside, then get the outside clean. Got to keep these things as clean as possible. Quick blow through, then some more thinners in. Again, like I said, I follow the way Bob Rex has shown. His if you're into model making, his channel is a good tutoring channel. He tells you a lot of things on there. Same with Paul Bretland's Paul ISM channel. I've back flushed it, and now I'm just giving it a blow through, get the gunk out of the needle and the front of the airbrush, and that's it. I think more or less done. Just the last bit of back flushing. Job's a good one, there or thereabouts. But so far, impressed with this kit. And next will be getting the body colours down. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I would be thankful if you give it a like. If you could, please become a follower. And it's a subscriber then. I'm starting this money to stuff. Just follow this channel, there'll be more kits to come, and the next bit will be getting the body colours down. There we are. I'm just flushing the airbrush out, and that's it. Have a great day, folks. Like and subscribe where possible, please, and we'll be more to come very soon. Cheers. Bye.